My mom and dad are fighting right now.
Yes. How can that be? I'm also happy because of something else. I turned acting relaxed. Like being with you right now. Vivian blushed, her ears turning pink. Smooth talker. Even though she said that, her happy smile couldn't be hidden. So if you're that happy, why don't you hug me? She acted cute. I laughed out loud. Oh, so you want a hug? Don't be polite. I picked her up bridal style and walked straight to the sofa. I saw the game company you invested in is doing well. It even got on Weibo's hot search, she reminded me. I know. But I don't have the specific numbers yet. I'll ask tonight. At the same time, Serena woke up in the ICU. The anesthesia wore off. She clearly felt the pain from the wound. Looking outside, she saw her best friends, but the person she wanted to see the most wasn't there. She struggled to reach her hand out. Harper, wearing hospital protective gear, walked in. Serena, are you okay? I'm fine. Where is Lucas? Serena asked weakly. The secretary next to her quickly answered. He has been taken to the police station. Don't worry, I have arranged a lawyer. Assure you he will receive the heaviest punishment. Serena looked at Harper. Did Vincent not come? Harper didn't know how to answer, finally telling the truth. He didn't come. Maybe he doesn't know yet. Serena sighed, her eyes full of pain. No. By now the whole financial circle probably knows. You say he doesn't know. I don't believe it. Harper held her hand gently. All right, you just finished surgery. You need to rest. I'll handle the rest. Then let Lucas die in prison. Never let him out. Serena clenched her fists, her voice cold. Some people must pay the price for their actions. At the same time, I was on a video call with Dexter. Director Vincent, the back-end data is in. Dexter was excited. Today, game downloads reached 3.82 million. Among them, 2.82 million players played for over an hour. I nodded. This data is very impressive, especially for the first day of launch. The growth potential is still huge. Maybe after the marketing campaign, downloads could hit 10 million, or even more. Female players account for 72%, male 28%. How many people topped up? I asked. Today we had 740,000 people top up, totaling 123.6 million. Dexter was proud. At this rate, annual revenue could reach nearly 40 billion. For an anime game, this number is not low. Looks like partnering with you guys was the right decision. I smiled. Also thanks to you. Without your investment, we wouldn't have achieved this. Dexter was grateful. How is marketing preparation for tomorrow? Don't worry, everything is according to plan. We project tomorrow's downloads will exceed 6 million. Hanging up the video, I stood up, stretched, and walked to the window. Looking at the bright lights of Motto, I couldn't help but feel emotional. The first day I came here with Serena, I was like a tiny ant. Now I have achieved unimaginable success. Going into the study, Vivian was on the phone with her family. I sat beside her. She naturally placed her legs on my lap. For some reason, I felt the urge to tease her. I gently placed my hand on her leg, tickling the sole of her foot. She tried to hold back her laughter while continuing to talk on the phone. That game is doing very well. Even got on the hot search. Because of being tickled, her voice trembled slightly. He was already talented. Now he's about to surpass me. She hung up the phone and yelled, I'm gonna risk my life with you. She lunged forward. I quickly blocked her, putting a finger to her lips. Vivian froze. Vincent, don't run! If I don't beat you to death, consider it lucky. She raised a sofa pillow, her face full of murderous intent. At the same time, in the ICU, Serena remembered the days I was hospitalized. Was I also this lonely and helpless? Only the cold sound of machines. She remembered the first time she met me. Even though my clothes were ragged, my eyes made her feel at peace. Thinking of this, she wondered, if we had gotten together back then, would things be different now? After her parents' incident, Serena always thought she wouldn't love anyone. But she loved me, and only realized it after we parted. She didn't just lose a capable assistant in work, but also lost the person who loved her deeply. Tears fell silently. There was no one here. She could freely express her emotions. At the same time, Harper and Chloe were discussing Lucas. Chloe was cold. Can't let him off. He must die. I think Serena has already decided. Right now, let's not bother her further. Harper felt helpless. And Vincent? Will he come back? One person asked. No, Chloe replied faintly. He is already with Vivian Knight. Even met her family. The next time we hear news about them, it'll probably be a wedding. Harper sighed. Serena has no chance anymore. That night, Vivian nestled in my arms. Next Tuesday evening, do you want to attend my company's gala? Besides my family, there are partners. Many people you know. Sure. I smiled and nodded. In this circle, I understand what it means for her to bring me to a gala. Vivian beamed. Great. My dad also said he hopes we set an engagement date. I smirked. All right, future wife. The next morning, Serena woke up in the ICU. She had almost stayed awake all night. Only when dawn broke did she manage to sleep for an hour. A nurse pushed the door open. Nurse, when can I go out? Serena asked weakly, her voice urgent. You are stable now. We'll continue monitoring today. If there are no issues, you can move to a regular room tomorrow. Serena endured the pain, forcing a smile. This was her last day in the ICU. Once in a regular room, things would be better. Harper walked in wearing protective gear. Serena, how do you feel now? Is it better? Better. Not as painful as yesterday. Serena answered softly. That's good. Harper nodded, then hesitated. You don't...
We got it. Yeah, back in. Open the car. Put all the dumps in there. Today, now we're done. Now we can get our. This is a painful I ever got now today. So.
No need to worry about the company. Your uncle returned to manage it. Everything is basically stable. Serena didn't care about the company, she asked. How is Vincent doing now? Harper froze, replying, I'm not sure. I don't contact him anymore. Serena smiled bitterly. Harper, do you know? Every time you lie, you unconsciously touch your clothes. Harper sighed. Those things aren't important. Right now you need to focus on recovering. Leave other things for later. Serena shook her head. Tell me, did Vivian and Vincent do something? Harper was helpless. I just got news. Tomorrow morning at Vivian Knight's company gala, Vincent will appear. Serena's heart tightened. Vincent isn't an employee of Vivian's company. So what capacity is he attending in? Is he planning to announce something at that party? She whispered, her face showing indescribable pain. Looking at her, Harper wanted to say something, but didn't know how to open her mouth. I want to meet Vincent once, before he goes to the gala, Serena said. Harper was stunned. No, Serena, you know your body condition. If you get an infection or something happens, what do we do? But Serena was resolute. I must go. If I don't go, I'll never have a chance. The next morning, Serena moved to a regular room. Serena, do you really want to go? Her friends looked at each other worriedly, especially Harper. She knew tonight at the gala, Vivian and I would announce our engagement date. Yes, I've decided. Serena nodded. Harper sighed. Serena, I just got news. Tonight, besides attending the gala, Vincent will also announce his engagement date with Vivian. The Knight family has started preparing. They invited many leaders and insiders. You are a smart person. You must understand what the Knight family means by this. Going to find him won't change anything. Serena was shocked. They just met a few days ago and they are already getting engaged. Yes. I heard a few major figures have confirmed attendance. If you go, even if successful, it's like slapping the Knight family in the face. Do you think they will let you and Vincent off? Moreover, 99% chance you won't be able to pull him back. Serena lay on the hospital bed, a bitter smile blooming. No, I must go. No matter what, I must go. And at the same time, I read Vivian's text and frowned. You've attended so many galas, even high-level banquets. Why are you still nervous? She smiled. Not nervous about the gala, but about the engagement. How do you think it'll be when we announce it? I laughed loudly. Probably a talented man and beautiful woman blinding everyone's eyes. Right then, the doorbell rang. Seeing Serena standing outside, I frowned, my voice cold. What do you want? If there's nothing, I'm busy. You're going to the gala, right? Serena asked. I was surprised. Even lying in the hospital, she knew about this? Yes, I nodded. And announcing the engagement date, I replied shortly. Right. Her face instantly changed, hands clenched, voice trembling. You know, if you do this, there is no turning back. If the Knight family forces you, I can take action. With my power and influence, even the Knight family has to be wary. I shook my head. Serena, you truly don't understand me. Agreeing to this means I am willing. No one is forcing me. Vivian and I are officially together. Announcing the engagement is natural. I hope you bless us. After all, our past wasn't bad, right? I can't do it, Serena screamed, her voice cracking. Vincent, we've known each other for years. I don't believe a few days with Vivian can surpass our years together. She got more agitated, coughing violently. I looked at her, sighing. Serena, like you said, over the years I was always the one who couldn't be public. But now I met the person I love, and can be public. Even though it's only been a few days, this joy far exceeds the years with you. If you still have any affection, please go back. I don't need your blessing. Just hope from now on we have nothing to do with each other. My voice softened. For you, my blessing is to treat your illness well. Be healthy and happy for a lifetime. Serena was stunned, her eyes red. Vincent, do you think I accept this blessing? I don't need blessings, I only need you. Right then, my phone rang. I glanced at Serena, stepping aside to answer. Hubby, are you here yet? Vivian's voice was sweet, with a hint of whining. Not yet, ran into a little trouble before leaving. Then do you need me to send someone over? No need, I can handle it. I smiled. Be good, I'm waiting for you. Hearing this, Serena's face looked like it crumbled. I hung up, looking at her, my voice firm. I have things to do, Miss Harper. Take Miss Serena back. Saying that, I walked past her towards the elevator. Serena suddenly grabbed my hand. Is there really no going back? Yes. I peeled her hand off, walking towards the elevator. Serena, Vincent left. Let's go back. Harper sighed, her voice full of emotion. She looked at Serena, her eyes showing helplessness. Two people who used to be so close, now like strangers. Suddenly Serena collapsed, crying uncontrollably. Blood seeped from her wound. Doctor! Harper panicked and called out. Several doctors rushed over. Ms. Harper, the ambulance has equipment. We must treat the wound immediately. Harper nodded. Okay, no need, I'm fine. Serena was weak but determined. Are you crazy? Harper screamed. You'll die like this. She signaled the doctors to take her away. In the office, Vivian saw me and immediately rushed to hug me. You're here. Yes, handled some things. It's done now. I nodded. How is gala preparation? She smiled. Don't worry. Everything is ready. Just waiting for the time to go. My dad and a few elders will be there, but don't worry. They all like you. I smiled. I know. Even though my past isn't glorious, but now I'm rich. The game project I invested in is also successful. The Knight family supporting me is obvious. I don't like you, I smirked, teasing her. How do you like me? She laughed loudly. Narcissist. Don't say that in front of them. She handed me the guest list for tonight. I skimmed it and smiled. All familiar faces. Vivian pouted. Heh, still have some time. Want to go to the restroom for a bit? After resting in the room, it was time. We changed into our gala outfits. Vivian wore a long black evening gown. Beautiful but uncomfortable. Anyway, the gala is only 3 or 4 hours. She can endure it, as she said. The gala was held at a 5-star hotel in Mado, owned by Vivian's group, one of the most luxurious hotels in the world. We walked in and saw Mr. Knight. She immediately ran over. Dad. I also greeted him politely. Mr. Knight smiled radiantly. You're here. Tonight you two are the main characters. He looked at Vivian, his eyes full of pride. You've done very well lately. I heard you made a fortune, he turned to me, smiling and asking. All thanks to your blessing, I smirked. I don't have that much blessing. He smiled. Later on, handing Vivian to you, remember to take good care of her. Her temper is sometimes not good. You must be tolerant. I find Vivian very wonderful. She also helped and taught me a lot. We will progress together. Mr. Knight patted my shoulder, his eyes full of admiration. Hearing you say that, I'm at ease. An employee walked over. Sir, miss, most guests have arrived. Mr. Knight nodded. Let's go. I will introduce you to some partners. This introduction officially pulled me into the core layer of the Knight family. As soon as we entered the hall, all eyes focused on us. Many girls showed surprise. So handsome, but what a pity he's already taken. I heard tonight the Knight family will announce the engagement date for Vincent and Vivian. Such a handsome guy already has an owner. What a pity. What's a pity compared to those fresh meat boys? They are good looking, but how can they compare to Vincent's aura and depth? Just then, a man around 50 with graying hair walked over. I recognized him, a major shareholder in many internet companies. Even though he retreated behind the scenes, he is still a godfather in the tech industry. Vivian, long time no see. He smiled. Now I'm old, my health is poor. I handed the whole company to Vivian. Vivian Vincent. Call him Uncle Wang, Mr. Knight said. We stepped forward and politely greeted him. Uncle Wang. What a talented man and beautiful woman. He laughed loudly. Having a daughter and son-in-law like this, probably all the money in the future will be scooped up by the Knight family. Uncle Wang, you flatter us. We still have to learn a lot from the seniors, I replied. That's right, Uncle Wang. When you have free time, please teach us more, Vivian added. Even though these words were just pleasantries, they were still nice to hear. At the same time, in the hospital, Serena lay on the bed, her face pale from blood loss. Harper looked at her, her heart aching. Serena, why torture yourself like this? After returning, she didn't say anything, didn't eat anything, like a child throwing a tantrum. Harper looked at the clock. Barring any surprises, the gala had probably started. Even if Serena hurt herself, it was like killing 1,000 enemies and losing 800 of your own. Harper, put it down. I'm not in the mood to eat, Serena said. In her head right now were only images of me and Vivian together. Harper sighed. She didn't expect Serena's reaction to be this strong. Just as she was about to comfort her, the hospital room door opened. Harper turned and saw Mr. Liu. She quickly stood up. Uncle. Harper, thanks for your hard work. Mr. Liu looked at her, then at Serena on the bed. Understanding the situation, Harper said immediately, Uncle, please talk to Serena. I'll step out for a bit. She left the room, leaving Mr. Liu to sit on the chair. His eyes were deep. Met Vincent? Serena was cold. My business, Dad doesn't need to manage. Mr. Liu frowned, his voice softening. Strictly speaking, past events mean Dad has no right to say anything. But if you are in this much pain now, why did you do that back then? No matter what, the matter between Vincent and Vivian cannot be changed anymore. Since it can't be changed, you can only let go. Only when you let go can you live better. Serena was furious. So back then, did Dad let go of Mom's matter? Mr. Liu froze, his voice deep. Your mother's matter, Dad is very regretful, she interrupted coldly. Enough. I don't want to hear it. Dad, please go out. Mr. Liu sighed. Don't use mistakes to punish yourself. Let the past go. He left the room. At the same time, I was talking with a few friends in the investment circle. We knew each other. Even if not close, we were familiar faces. Mr. Vincent, what sector are you interested in recently? So we can avoid it, one person joked. I smiled. Recently, I have no special plans. Even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Another person spoke up. Mr. Vincent, do you have any intention of entering real estate? I am preparing to jump into this sector. If you want, we can partner. This person is about 30, the only son of a domestic retail tycoon. He once bought a foreign football club. Now his business is doing quite well. I was a bit surprised. Domestic real estate is currently booming, but many have acutely recognized signs of instability, even heard about red line policies restricting it, abandoning a stable career to jump into an industry about to bomb. Truly the action of a fool. Real estate, I have no intention yet. I shook my head calmly. Now I want to find asset-light projects or those with good prospects. If you guys have good projects, don't forget to invite me. Everyone laughed loudly. Halfway through the gala, Mr. Knight led me and Vivian to the stage. Thank you everyone for attending the gala tonight. You are all important friends of our group. Through ups and downs, we have overcome them together. Today I send my sincere thanks. Mr. Knight's words caused the whole hall to applaud enthusiastically. Today there is also an important matter, hoping everyone will be a witness. My daughter Vivian and Vincent will officially get engaged next month. Vivian blushed, while I smiled radiantly. After the announcement, the party continued. Vivian and I stood to the side. No turning back this time, she looked at me mischievously. Already announced the engagement. If you abandon me, I will become a laughingstock. I smiled. How could that be? Even if I abandoned anyone, I wouldn't abandon you. Are you still worried I might abandon you? She glared at me, smiling nicely. Then let's pinky swear. No one is allowed to abandon anyone. I nodded firmly. Two people pinky swore, the light shining on them, beautiful as a painting. Any plans for the next few days? I asked softly. Nothing special, she replied. Any ideas? I pondered. I want to go back to my hometown tomorrow to tell my parents about this. Even though many years have passed, my life is getting better and better, but I still often think of my parents. Vivian held my hand. I'll go with you. Tomorrow we'll go back. Her voice was gentle. Don't overthink. From now on, I am your family. Later we will have kids, they are also your family. As long as you have me, you will never be lonely. Feeling the warmth from her hand, my heart felt lighter. Let me see a picture of my mother-in-law, she teased mischievously. I froze, then nodded. I'll show you when we get home. When I left Serena, I brought pictures of my parents, only about 10 photos, but that is all I have left. Okay, Vivian smiled radiantly. Several company leaders walked over. Congratulations, CEO Vivian, Mr. Vincent. Wishing you 100 years of happiness. Thank you, Vivian smiled. These people are her trusted subordinates, helping the company develop more and more. Mr. Vincent, before we had some minor conflicts in a few projects. Now we are one family. Hope we progress together in the future, one person said. I smiled. Of course, we are one family now. Ending, we went home. Finally able to change clothes, Vivian sighed in relief. Evening gowns are beautiful, but not comfortable to wear at all. I nodded in sympathy. Suits are the same. After showering, we went to the bedroom. I took a box from the bookshelf. Here are pictures of my parents. Vivian sat beside me, nodding. Let me see, I opened the box. Inside were about 10 old photos. She looked stunned. She had hundreds of photos with her family, but I only had this much. Here is a picture from when I was a baby. I handed her one. She carefully held it, smiling. You look just like your mom. Eyes and eyebrows are very similar. In the photo, my mom was smiling gently. My dad stood next to her, the corners of his mouth slightly curved, very much like me now. When I was little, everyone said that. I handed her a second photo. This is when I was in middle school, the first time the whole family went traveling. At that time, I already looked almost like I do now. Lips pressed together, looking a bit awkward. But my heart was full of sweetness because I had my parents' love. No matter what, I will stay by your parents' son's side until the end of life, Vivian said softly. I nodded, handing her a third photo. This is when I participated in a competition and won an outdoor photography award. These scarce memories, I told Vivian everything. These things Serena never knew because she never gave me a chance to speak. Now she says she loves me. I only find it ridiculous. What right does she have to say those words? At the same time in the hospital room, Serena's face was gloomy. That fast, she muttered, her voice full of disbelief. Harper said faintly, I heard the Knight family hired a professional team. The main parts are decided by the Knight family and Vincent. Details are handled by the team. 1 month, although rushed, is not impossible. Serena lowered her head, not answering. She didn't know what to say. And Lucas? How do you plan to handle him? Harper changed the subject. He's been arrested for days. I plan to resolve it thoroughly. Harper was surprised. Won't it be troublesome? Serena laughed coldly. Rest assured, this matter is easy. Harper didn't say more. On my side, Vivian and I decided to go back to my hometown tomorrow. Just a day trip, so no need to bring much. We had to wake up at 5 a.m. Late at night, even with the lights off, the moonlight was enough for us to faintly see each other's faces. Vivian and I looked at each other and smiled. Everything was understood without words. As adults, we let loose a bit. We didn't sleep until after 1 a.m. At 4 a.m., the car was already waiting downstairs. I cooked noodles. We ate simply. We still had 3 hours in the car to sleep, so no worries. In the car, seeing Vivian yawning constantly, I teased, Go to sleep, she smiled, placing her hand on my waist and pinching lightly. I inhaled, crying out in pain. It's all your fault, she whispered in my ear, then rested her head on my lap. I'm going to sleep. I gently patted her back until her breathing became steady. The last time I visited my hometown was last year. Visited my parents, then left immediately. That city is a place of sadness. If it wasn't for my parents, I probably would never return. Thinking of this, I also fell asleep. When I woke up, the car had left the highway. Vivian was awake, looking at her phone. You're awake? Is this where you grew up? She asked. I nodded. Yeah, different from Motto, right? She smiled. Every place has its own charm. We arrived at the cemetery in the suburbs. Back then, I used all my family's money to buy this place, wanting my parents to have a home after passing away. The sky today was gray. Every time I came here, I was always alone. But this time I had her. I took the prepared bouquet, holding Vivian's hand, walked in, stood before my parents' grave, looking at the picture on the tombstone. My heart felt strangely peaceful. After all these years, they are still the same. Mom, Dad, I came to visit you. I took a deep breath, speaking softly. Let me introduce you. This is Vivian, my girlfriend. Next month, we will get engaged. My voice trembled slightly. Uncle, Auntie? Vivian looked at the tombstone, her eyes flashing with sadness. I am Vivian. Rest assured, I will take good care of Vincent. We'll be together forever. She held my hand tightly, her eyes firm and sincere. At the same time, at the Motto Hospital, Serena lay on the bed, asking the person standing at the door, How is it? We just got news. Today, Mr. Vincent went back to his hometown, probably to visit his parents. Serena was stunned. Visit his parents? Alone? No, Miss Vivian also went with him. This news made her heart clench. If I brought Vivian to my hometown, it means I am serious. She suddenly thought, if on the anniversary of my parents' death she had agreed with me, would everything be different? Looking at the gray sky outside the window, she whispered, I know. One more thing, boss. The employee didn't leave. Lucas once gave money to someone to buy stocks. We found that person. Do you want to do anything? Serena shook her head. No need. This matter has nothing to do with him. The employee hesitated. Following that person, when Vincent left, Lucas once thought if he didn't succeed, he would leave you or the company. I know. Serena was still emotionless. Go, keep monitoring them. I want to know every move they make. Yes, understood. Please rest assured. Saying that, the employee turned and left. Serena sighed, looking at the drizzling rain outside the window. Meeting the parents? Vincent, I should have agreed to you back then. Or we should have been together from that moment. She took her phone, quickly sending a text. Do one thing. Collect all videos and pictures of Vincent in the company. Send them to my phone. The employee received the order, his face full of surprise. But the boss's order must be obeyed. The whole company was bustling, getting to work. What's wrong with the boss? Why does she want videos of Vincent? An employee muttered. Who knows? But think about it. Does the boss like Vincent, so she wants these things? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. The boss clearly liked Lucas. Speaking of which, it's boring. Lucas really has problems. The boss doted on him so much. Yet he embezzled company money and even tried to kill the boss. Is his brain waterlogged? Enough. Stop talking. Do it quickly. Otherwise, we have to work overtime. One person urged. But Vincent is truly handsome. The camera is so blurry, but he still looks as cool as me. Don't flatter yourself. With Vincent's looks, he could enter showbiz. No wonder he won over Vivian Knight. Everyone worked while gossiping. At the same time, we left the cemetery. Where to now? Vivian turned to ask. Let's go back. I looked back at the cemetery one more time. The next time I return will probably be a few months from now. In the hospital, the employee handed Serena the edited video. Boss, this is the video the team worked overtime to finish. The rest will be done tomorrow. Please take a look. Serena nodded, holding the tablet. In the video, I was attending a party, but she couldn't remember what party it was. When is this from? She asked. If I'm not mistaken, it's the second year Mr. Vincent joined the company. At that time, we just completed a historic merger. It was his first time leading such a big project. Serena silently watched the screen, as if remembering something. So it was that party, she muttered. That project made everyone recognize my ability. Boss, you should rest a bit. The employee saw her getting emotional and asked softly, No need, I'm fine. Serena forced a smile. Yes. The employee didn't say more, standing by her side. What is he doing now? Serena asked softly. Mr. Vincent is probably on his way back, the employee replied understandingly. I know. Go out. I'll keep watching. When the other videos are done, bring them to me immediately. Yes, boss. The employee left the room. As the door closed, Serena sighed. Vincent, is it truly impossible anymore? On the car ride back, Vivian's phone rang. She answered, the voice on the other end tense. Boss, we discovered someone is following us. She frowned. Okay, find a way to handle it. Don't cause a big scene. She hung up. I turned to look. What's wrong? Someone is following us. I told them to handle it. Who is following? Surprised. Even though Vivian and I had won many projects, it was all transparent. Our reputation in the industry was quite good. No clear enemies. Do you think it's Serena's people? Her image flashed in my mind. Even without evidence, intuition told me it was her. Turn down the highway exit ahead, she ordered the driver. The driver didn't ask, immediately following the order. At the same time, the tracking car behind saw us turn off the highway and panicked. What's wrong? Why did they get off the highway? But the order was to track, so they turned as well. Reaching a remote area, Vivian stopped the car. Before they could react, the tracking team found several other cars surrounding them. Over 10 men in suits stepped out. Get out! One man opened the car door, ordering coldly. The tracking team exchanged glances, knowing they had no choice, and got out. Who are you people? Vivian asked coldly. They looked at each other, lowering their heads in silence. She laughed coldly. Not talking? Want me to investigate myself? You know if I investigate, it won't be this gentle. Her voice was calm but sharp. I looked at them. They looked familiar. You are Serena's people, right? They looked at each other, then nodded. Yes, it's CEO Serena. She just wanted to know what you were doing. No bad intentions. I felt exhausted. Already ended, yet still tracking. Let them go. Vivian looked disdainful. Go back and tell Serena I don't want this to happen a second time. Tell her not to peep at other people's boyfriends. It is truly despicable. They looked at each other, hurriedly getting into their car and leaving. Watching their car disappear, Vivian huffed lightly. Let's go. At the same time, Serena received a call. The voice on the other end was helpless. Boss, Weiss discovered. Her face instantly darkened. What did they say? They hesitated. They said, "You're stalking someone else's boyfriend is despicable," and said this is the last time. If you do it again, they won't be polite. Serena clenched her phone, her face even uglier. Vivian Knight, you dare say that? Got it, she suddenly thought. How did they know they were her people? Was it Mr. Vincent who recognized us? They replied helplessly. Serena waved her hand. I know. Go. Watching them leave, she sighed. Wanting to know my whereabouts from now on will be hard. This made her uncomfortable. Vivian Knight, you are truly a sly fox. On the car ride back to the city, Vivian looked at me gently. What are you thinking about? I sighed. I'm thinking, what does Serena want? I made it so clear. Why does she still? She smiled. What does she want? She wants you, obviously. Who told you to be so charming? She teased, her eyes sparkling mischievously. When we get home, I will torture you properly. I frowned. Then you better prepare yourself. Don't beg for mercy. We quickly entered the inner city of Motto. Not rush hour, roads were clear. Arriving home, Vivian asked, what do you want to eat? I'll order delivery. I thought for a moment, anything is fine. Then let's order hot pot. This place is very good. I nodded. Okay. The hot pot was delivered quickly. One meal cost nearly $4 million, but just looking at it, it was worth it. Fresh ingredients, beautiful presentation, the taste definitely wouldn't be bad. This place is really good. Is it a chain? I took a bite and asked. She nodded. Why, planning to invest? Thinking about it. Good food, newly established company. Probably needs capital. Considering it. She smiled. This place just got investment. They don't lack money. I think it belongs to Old Tran. I nodded. True to Old Tran's style, specializing in food industry investments. Right then, my phone rang. Seeing the caller name, I frowned. Hello, CEO Trin. What's the matter? CEO Trin's voice was urgent. Mr. Vincent, please save us. I was surprised. What's wrong? Tell me. CEO Trin explained the company's situation. I was quite familiar with their situation. Back when I was at Serena's company, I was in charge of this project. How much funding are you short? I asked. $3 billion, I pondered. Not much. Are you free tomorrow? Let's meet to discuss details. Conditions remain the same, but I want to increase the dividend ratio by 5%. I am an investor. Putting in money must yield profit. Them contacting me at this time definitely means they have no better options. So I have to raise the conditions. The other end was silent, then replied, okay, I agree. Meet tomorrow. Bring the contract. If there are no issues, we sign immediately. Understood, I added. Then he hung up. Vivian was curious. What's wrong? Looking at you, do you want to enter the chemical industry? Why don't you invest in computers or other industries? Now you like chemicals? I replied, saying that isn't accurate. I don't like the chemical industry. I like this company. I investigated. For 3 years, they poured money into research. Now it's the crucial stage, but funds have dried up. If no more money is poured in, all previous investments go down the drain. More importantly, their research contradicts many current chemical theories, so no one believes they will succeed. Therefore, no one invests. She frowned. So you know clearly, why still invest? Not afraid of losing money? I smiled. I want to try. I asked a few professors. They find this research strange. But having interacted with the company, I feel they might succeed. I don't lack money, so I'll try once. If I win, great. Even if I lose, I only lose my money. It doesn't affect anyone. She nodded, teasing. If it fails, your title of undefeated investor is gone. I smiled. Then I'll have to rely on my wife to support me. She laughed loudly. Okay, let me support you. In the hospital room, Harper frowned, looking at Serena. What are you planning to do? She shook her head. Everyone wants me to let go, but Harper, you understand me. Vincent is like half my life. If I let him go, I have nothing left. I can't accept it. I only want him. Harper was silent, sighing. Serena, you are the chairman, rational since childhood. I know you love him, but feelings cannot be forced. Sometimes destiny is very important. The order of appearance is not important. What's important is the right time, the right self, meeting the right person. Missing any of these three is a regret. Serena pondered, then asked, so what do you think we are missing? Harper froze, looking at her, not knowing how to answer. Is it because of me? Serena suddenly spoke up. You don't say it, but I understand too. It's all because of my stupidity. If it wasn't for those things, I don't believe Vivian Knight could steal Vincent from my hands. But I personally pushed him away. She repeatedly hit her head with her hands, as if wanting to vent her anger and dissatisfaction. Harper hurriedly rushed over, hugging her tight. Serena, don't be like this. Her voice was full of heartache. Suddenly, Serena clenched her fists, shouting softly, Harper, what do I do? Looking at her expression, Harper knew she still hadn't given up. Do you know SCB Group? Serena asked suddenly. Harper nodded. She knew SCB well, the largest domestic online shopping platform, holding 90% market share, annual profit in the trillions. 5 years ago, Serena and I planned together, defeating Vivian's company by a narrow margin, taking 21% of SCB's shares and dividend rights. That is one of the 3 investment pillars of Serena's group. What's wrong? Harper frowned. Why mention SCB suddenly? Serena laughed coldly. I know Vivian really wants this company. If I transfer the 21% shares to her, will she be willing to let Vincent go? These shares bring $300 billion in dividends every year, almost half her company's revenue. Harper was shocked. If you do that, what about your company? Even with the other 2 pillars, their combined dividends are only about $350 billion, just slightly more than SCB. Serena, calm down. she advised. Even if she agrees, do you think Vincent will come back? If he doesn't come back, you lose everything. As long as Vivian isn't with Vincent, I am confident I can pull him back, Serena said, her voice full of confidence. Harper frowned.
Dude, it's
But I think
sniper.
you should consider carefully.
Shot.
Feelings aren't
Shot,
something you
shot.
can get just by wanting.
Go.
Especially, she was about to advise further, thinking this idea was too crazy. But Serena's eyes were firm. Anyway, I have to try. Harper understood she had made up her mind and couldn't be swayed. 300 billion in dividends is not a small number, but to Serena, it wouldn't affect her too much. Company revenue would drop from 800 billion to 500 billion a year. But if she could pull me back, she believed in 1 year she could make it back. The problem is, would I return? Serena took her phone and called Vivian. At this time, Vivian and I were whispering to each other. Her phone rang. Seeing Serena's name, she froze. She looked at me teasing, "Your old flame." I smiled bitterly. What does she want now? Who knows? She hesitated, then answered. CEO Serena, what's the occasion that you call me personally? CEO Vivian, no need to beat around the bush. Serena's voice was cold. About Vincent. Vivian raised an eyebrow. Didn't expect her to be so direct. CEO Serena, what business do you have with Vincent? He is my fiancé. You are just his old boss, right? Or do you want him to go back to work for you? Her voice was provocative. Although the Knight family isn't equal to your family, it's not to the point of letting my fiancé work for you for a few million. Serena heard the mockery. Her face changed slightly, but she shifted her tone. We both understand clearly. No need to be coy. I have 21% of SCB shares. If you cancel the engagement and break up with Vincent, the shares are yours. You know the value it brings to your company and family is how huge. Vivian didn't expect her to play this big. SCB brings 300 billion in dividends every year, the whole industry knows. She is willing to give it up just to exchange for my breakup. Truly generous. She only smiled coldly. 300 billion is indeed a lot, but to me it's not that attractive. CEO Serena, you are too confident. Even if I break up, do you think he will go back to you? Don't joke. He and I are very happy right now. I like being with him. I do not agree. As for the SCB shares, you keep them. Who knows, later you might need them to sugar daddy some guy. Serena felt humiliated. Have you thought it through? Yes. I am with my husband right now. Calling like this, we can't be intimate. If there's nothing else, we are hanging up. Or do you want to hear us being affectionate? CEO Serena, you don't have such weird hobbies, do you? Serena hung up immediately. Vivian huffed lightly. Boring. She turned, pretending to be wronged. Hubby, boo-hoo, I just lost 300 billion. It breaks my heart. I burst out laughing. So what do you want? She leaned close, acting cute. The day of the engagement you wore a white shirt, right? Wear it again for me to see. I want to look. Why suddenly want me to wear that? At the gala, because it was hot, I took off my jacket. I didn't expect her to remember. Just a shirt, is it necessary? I want to look, she smiled mischievously, hugging my neck. Your wife rejected 300 billion for you. Reward me a little bit, please. She acted pitiful, her voice pleading. If not, I will cry for you to see. Looking at her, I laughed loudly. This woman is truly a demon. Just acting strong, now acting like a child. Okay, I'll indulge you. I nodded. In the hospital room, Harper looked helplessly at Serena. I said Vivian wouldn't agree. Doing this. Serena's face was gloomy. Right then, her phone rang. She picked it up, seeing a text from Vivian. Just a photo. In the photo, a man wearing a white shirt. Even without showing the face, she knew it was definitely me. Accompanied by a message. I didn't let you listen live, but I'll let you take a peek. Thank you for the gift. My fiancé is very happy. If you need it, I can introduce a male model to you. Serena couldn't hold back and threw the phone on the ground. It shattered. Harper sighed. Serena, don't be angry. You being like this, isn't it exactly what Vivian wants? Getting angry means falling into her trap. On the other side, Vivian looked at her phone, the corners of her mouth curling up triumphantly. Dare to humiliate me. Let's see who hurts more. She looked up at me. Tomorrow you're investing in that company? I nodded. This company is worth trying. If successful, besides annual dividends, it ensures long-term prosperity. Their technology is very advanced. With these patents, for the next 150 years, domestic and foreign competitors will have a hard time surpassing them. She nodded. It's not that much money, just invest. If needed, I will chip in too. In the hospital room, Serena could only smile bitterly. Vivian rejected the 300 billion offer. She knew perhaps she had lost the most important thing. Vincent, I was wrong. Truly, I was too stupid. Tears fell silently. Perhaps there was no way for her to hold on to that young man anymore. The next morning, I woke up, seeing Vivian still sleeping soundly. I grabbed my bathrobe, went to the living room to wash up, then started cooking. When the noodles were almost done, I went into the room to call her. Wife, wake up, eat breakfast, and go to work. She groggily opened her eyes, pulling me into her arms, whining. Hubby, today I don't want to go to work. I smiled, teasing. Oh, not afraid company employees will gossip? She shook her head. Don't care. Let them talk. They don't know how amazing my hubby is anyway. I smiled, hugging her tight. Life was truly beautiful. I held Vivian tightly, savoring our sweet and simple happiness. Meanwhile, in her cold hospital room, Serena could only shed tears of belated regret. Finally, the dark days of my past had vanished forever.
no such...
You finally stopped being a mega simp for the childhood crush you chased for 18 years, and turned around to marry an absolutely unhinged yandere female CEO. Everyone else called you cold and heartless. Only you knew that the yandere was your true love, because in your previous life, you spent 5 whole years pursuing the campus belle. You finally spent a 3 million bride price just to marry her and bring her home. After marriage, you worked your fingers to the bone. You successfully fought your way up to become a multimillionaire. But the campus belle, all for the sake of her secret lover, actually poisoned your wine glass, sending you straight to the grave via sudden cardiac arrest. It wasn't until your life ended and your soul left your body that you realized someone out there was silently guarding you all along. For you, she attended your funeral. She threw away all her power, wealth, and status. She personally offed that trashy couple so you could rest in peace. She stumbled and staggered her way to your coffin, looking at your eternally sleeping face. Her voice trembled. Why couldn't you just stay by my side? From the very beginning, all I ever wanted was you. Floating in mid-air, you stared blankly at the woman in front of you. In that moment, your soul felt like it had been struck by lightning. In the very next second, she committed suicide to join you in the afterlife. You threw your arms wide open, desperately trying to stop her, but your spectral body grasped nothing but empty air. You didn't understand why. Why treat you like a mere plaything? And why go to such lengths to avenge you? Your heart felt like it was being ripped to shreds. When you opened your eyes again, you found that you had been reborn back in Winter's Rose Manor. But before you could even process the situation, you locked eyes with a pair of dangerously bewitching eyes. The woman slightly raised an eyebrow. Without my permission, you dare to zone out? I looked at the furious Winter right in front of me. Instead of feeling terrified, I put on a meek expression and sweetly called her Master. Right after that, I planted a massive sloppy kiss right on her cheek. The single action completely short-circuited the woman who was holding a rope. Her domineering aura seemed to shatter into a million pieces instantly. Call me wifey, okay? I'll give you my life. After a night of entangled passion, I paid a billionaire's price. The next day, when I finally found the space beside me completely